Welcome back to the Prima Advanced User Forum. This forum is going to be a little bit special. We have special guests Terry Thurgood and Chris Gear from Forsec Technology, and they're going to be demoing their the reporting software that's newly integrated with Prima today. For this forum, I ask that you please hold all the questions until at the to the end of the presentation. So Terry and Chris will have a chance to answer everyone there. Feel free to still ask questions in the chat. We'll just answer them at the end. All right. Well, without further ado, we'll throw it over to Terry.
Hi. Good morning to all of those across the pond, and good afternoon to all the colleagues in the UK. I'm Terry Thurgood. I'm the Managing Director of Forsec Technology. We are a company based in the UK. We're a small service-driven reporting and dashboard solution company, mainly born out of the office supplies and office products industry. We've had 12 years development time on our product Vantage with its bespoke reporting and BI solution. So it's a good, mature product. Myself, I've got 25 years experience specifically writing reports for the office products industry. And together with my colleague Chris Gear and I, we've got 75 years experience overall in the industry. And that's kind of giving away our age a little bit. That is combined, not each, of course. So we've been around a long time and know quite a lot about the UK industry. We've been lucky enough to work with Prima for just under 3 years now. We approached them in the summer of 2019, went to see them and could not have been made more welcome, and began a great relationship of beginning to build a system that is specifically for Prima. And they've made us so welcome that we've managed to do a great job of some real close integration into the system. We understand the system because they've taken a lot of time to help us out. And we both share as companies the same great passion to just deliver absolute excellence. In terms of integration, because of that fantastic relationship, we can integrate into customers' databases and design fully compatible systems and solutions for you. Vantage itself, which is our product, is designed specifically to work with Prima, and it's not a generic tool. So what we have put together here has been written for Prima. All of the reports, portals, anything that's run is running real time using your live data. We connect into the same data as your Prima system does. So what is Vantage? So it started as a reporting automation tool, and it was born out of a hole in the market that I found. I used to own an OP business myself, and it was born out of a hole in the market that dealers were always struggling with high quality reports, struggling to get them automated, wasting huge amounts of time and effort in production of these. And I spotted a hole in the market and decided to develop Vantage. So it is a full suite of high quality and visually impressive reports. That's part of the system. We've got report merging to produce custom reviews and proposals, plus multiple distribution methods. We can send to screen, email, FTP. We can output all kind of methods. We've got full job and batch creation and scheduling to just streamline what you do. There's lots more features that I could bore you with for hours. Perhaps the most visually impressive part is the interactive homepage, which is what you're looking at now, with all sorts of custom templates, shortcuts to all key areas. There's also the advanced suite of interactive portals on the homepage, which you'll be seeing, which kind of focus on a lot of your key business elements. And there's also custom dashboards as well, which can go as wallboards on TVs in your office. Okay. There's also full user monitoring with login frequencies and report activity, so you can see what your users, if you have users, you can see what they're up to, how often they're logging in. Also, there's full security, which will restrict your users to only see their patches, their customer data, so they can't see other people's data. We love a challenge, so I'm going to hand you over to Chris Gear to demonstrate a little bit more about the system. So if you've got any questions, you want anything a bit out of the ordinary, you want to talk about some clever projects, that's what we absolutely relish. And we try to offer great cost-effective customization and consultancy on all areas of the system. It's all very, very configurable, and there's nothing we like more than getting a new customer and completely wrapping the system around your requirements. So with that, I will hand you over to the lovely Chris Gear, who will take over. And thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Terry. Good afternoon, everybody, or good morning to those of you, as Terry said, who are over in the other side of the Atlantic to us. Yeah, what I want to do this afternoon is to just give you a flavour of some of the things that are available to you from our Vantage Point product. So starting at the very top here, it shows you who you're actually logged in as. As Terry referred to, you can have different logins. So at the moment, I'm looking at this from a company perspective. So this would be showing all of your data. The system works out where we are in terms of the working days of the month and at what point we're actually at in the day. And over here, it shows us that the date and the time that the system was last updated. Now, all of the data on this homepage portal that we're looking at here updates every hour. But as soon as we drill down, whether that be by using some of these arrows here to get into the data in more granular detail, that's when it becomes an actual live callback on your Prima database. So it is true real-time live reporting. So the first section that I want to cover off here with you today is targets. So Vantage Point can store your targets for your company. Also, it can store profit targets for your individual account managers. And that's a very easy, simple thing to do, which we take you through as all part of the training of the product. But literally, you would have a little job favorite here that you would click on. You would set in the profit target for the month for the company or for the individual account manager. You get an email confirmation to say that you've done it. And the next time the portal refreshes itself, those changes to targets are live within the system. We can also provide a report for historical targets, so you can go and look back on what targets used to be in the past as well. So as you can see here, obviously, for us, it's getting towards the end of our day. So that's why we've got all these nice green bars. But actually, you can see with the hover over, it shows us how far ahead we are of this hour's target and also how far are we ahead for the day. On the flip side of that, if we weren't having a very good day, this bar would be red. And it would tell you how much you've still got to do to make up to get to where you should be in this part of the day. And as you can see here on this hover over, it's showing us our 10 top account managers by today's profit. Obviously, this is demo data, so that's why we don't have real names in there, but obviously you would have. And as you can see there, it shows it in descending profit order. And you get the same with the month to date as well. So again, if this was an individual account manager's view, they would just be looking at their own targets. So if I was to flip over to actually show you our Rep 1 portal here, this will now just be showing this person's customers and their performance level. So again, you can see here how they are still ahead of the target for the hour and where they needed to be to move forward. And I will go back to our company portal for a little bit longer in terms of showing you the system. So the next section I'd like to move on to is new business. Now, we all know new business is hard to get, but actually sometimes holding on to that new business can be just as challenging. So what we like to do here is to highlight how new business is performing. So what we're saying is month to date and the previous 3 months. So bearing in mind we're 2/3 of the way through July, it's almost a 4-month viewpoint here, but it's showing you the sales, the profit, the margin, and most importantly, how many new customers that we've actually got. So obviously great, we've got 86 of them. However, in the last 30 days of them, 36 have stopped spending. So that's not good news. We've got 17 where they've gone a bit quiet in the last 15 days. Again, we've got the hover overs to tell you who these quiet customers are. And again, showing the profit and how many orders that they placed. And then the last bit is the good news. We do still have 33 that are active. Now, I could drill down on here to look at this in detail, but actually we have a nice new business portal over here, which if I click on this, it makes it much easier to drill down and look at it overall again. So we can still see here, we've got the graphical indication of how each of our account managers are performing. And then if I was to say, right, okay, well, let's go and have a look to see how Rep 5 is doing, because they have got 4 new accounts. Click on here. And this is where it's actually now pulling that real-time live data back from your Prima database for us to be able to analyze and see what's actually going on with this particular account, these accounts here. So we can see here, because we're viewing it at company level, these are the ones that have gone dormant. So obviously you see the sales, the profit, the margin, the first time they placed an order, the last time we had an order, how long ago was that, how many orders did they place, and what's the average value of those orders they placed. So all these customers, their account managers need to get on the phone and find out why they've stopped ordering. To a degree, the same ones with the ones that have gone quiet. And then obviously there we have the good news of those that are actually active. So again, a really easy way to be able to focus and keep on top of new business. So I come back to our homepage portal. Now we have a very similar thing on our account activity, which is this section here. Now what this does is gives you a 30-day average, but looks at 180 days worth of data. So in that period of time, it's telling us we've got 68 accounts that have gone quiet in the last 120 days, 252 where profit has dropped by more than 10%, 25 where we have profit stable, where it's either up or about 10%, so plus or minus. And then 176 where we've got profit in growth. And again, same thing, we have hover overs, all of these, to give you just a quick snapshot of information. And then overall down here, we can see out of a customer base of 521, we got 250 active and 271 inactive. So almost a 50-50 split. So again, I could drill down onto here. But again, what we find is making it so much easier for you to access is to go to our account activity portal. And that will do exactly the same type of thing. So here, if I said, right, okay, let's go and have a look at this particular rep here, what's going on? Same thing, drill down on the arrow to take us to pull back that data live from your database to see what's actually going on. As you can see, the drill downs take a few seconds to run through, but that is because it's actually coming back live. So this particular account has got a few that have gone quiet. So again, it gives you the values over that time frame from the 180 days up until the last 30 days. And if there is data in most of the columns, the report actually is clever enough to work out how often that they order and how overdue they are. So this particular account, they've ordered, well, it looks like they've had a bit of a credit there, but it shows us the last time they ordered, how long ago was that? What do they normally order in, like every 11 days? So they should have ordered at the end of May. So hence we're sort of 56 days overdue. And most importantly, this is the amount of missed profit because this particular customer has stopped falling into their normal pattern of ordering. And then these are the ones that really need some worry because they've gone dormant. So as you can see here, date of last order, long time ago. So again, really useful information on that particular portal. And again, if an account manager is looking at this, certainly new business and targets are the two things that they should really be focusing in on a daily basis. And the account activity, I would say probably at least every 10 days to be running this and having a look on checking that this dormant and profit down areas is decreasing rather than increasing. Next section I'd like to show you is we call our line exceptions. So what this one actually does is tell us, okay, have we made any sales today that are at a loss? And yes, we have. Have we got any that are low margin? We've got a few lines that are less than 5%. We've got some at zero value. Terry, can you still hear me?
Yes, I can. Sorry, I just unmuted there. Yes.
Oh, sorry, it looked like it had dropped out again. I do apologise, everybody. Okay, sorry, I was saying line exceptions. So yeah, we can see here that we've got 4 lines that we've got low margin of less than 5%. And as you can see there, as I hover over it, would tell you who the count is, what the product is. We've got some that are zero value, sold at retail, high margin, high quantity, high value. Now, whilst retail, high margin, high quantity, high value, there's absolutely nothing wrong with those. It could be that in terms of the high quantity, someone's typed in 1,000 and it should be 100. So it gives you an opportunity to investigate, perhaps before goods are dispatched from your warehouse or a purchase order is raised to buy the goods in. So again, it's another very live, within an hour of knowing what's going on, drilling down, it would be real time. Over on this side of the portal, we have our quotation pipeline. So again, what this is telling us is that in the last 30 days, this is the value and the profit and the margin of all of the quotes that are on the system. And this is the amount that is still to be converted. And again, we have a portal that we can drill down onto this, which I will actually do on this one as well for you. So if we look at rep number 1 here, we can see that there's 98 converted, 23 unconverted, gives you the percentage. And again, you get a nice graphical graph to see how people are actually performing. So again, if we drill down on this one, the way our system works in terms of what is a quote that's been converted, if there is a quotation on the system for a customer for a product and they order it, even if it isn't from a quote that gets converted into an order in Prima, our system accepts that, well, we sent them a quote, so it's a good chance that that's why they've ordered it. So again, this first page is sort of a replication of the dashboard. And then as you drill down, it shows you who the customers are, all of the information about all quotes, what's left to be converted, what has been converted. And then it will actually take you into the detail. So the account name, the quote number from Prima, the date it was put on the quote, and when's it going to expire, and what's still left to be converted on the actual quotation. So again, a really useful, powerful tool to make it easy to actually keep on top of quotations from an overall company point of view, and indeed from an individual account manager's point of view. The last section I want to show you on the actual dashboard is this one here, which talks about our product range variances and how our account managers are performing as well. So if we look at catering, for example, we can see here that it's telling us that it's 53.5% up. Now, how that's arrived at is it's saying, right, okay, in the last 30 days, we made nearly $14,500 worth of profit. In the previous 31 to 120 days, which obviously goes without saying, it's a larger period of time, therefore the profit should be greater. But then what it does is it breaks it down and says, okay, well, let's take those last 30 days. And what's my daily average profit? $630. But in that previous time frame, it was actually only 410. Hence, we've got an increase of 53.5%. And then what it's also telling us is that within this catering, the 5 top most profitable items that you've sold in the last 120 days are those items that you can see listed in those top 5. It then gives you the same type of information, but based about your account managers. So if we look at this particular account manager, same set of criteria, but we can see here that that's where their profit has gone down by 42%. And also it still shows you the 5 top product ranges that have been sold where the variance has gone down as well. Now, if I flip over to our account managers portal, what that does is exactly the same thing in terms of product ranges, but what this one does is show you the actual customer. So this particular account, they are 71% down, and then it shows you their 5 top product ranges by profit with their variances, so they can see where that they've been losing business from. So that's the key, the real key bits of information that we show on our homepage portal. This is what we call what you're actually looking at here. Over here, we've got what we call our portal favorites. And again, because I'm actually logged in at the moment looking at my Rep 1 portal, from a manager's point of view, I could say, right, okay, well, this particular account manager I've given the portal to, they last logged in, and how many times have they logged in the last 30 days? So again, it ensures that you're able to keep a track that your account managers that you give portals to are really making the best use of them. Because obviously, if you're having a review meeting with them, it's very easy to just click on this to review their data, to talk to them about their new business. And if they say, yeah, they're all spending, haven't got an issue with any of them. Well, actually, we got a problem with 2 of them. So let's go and look at that and talk about what we need to do to stop them being a dormant account. Also, what we have here is our targets. So we can see here as a click, if I click on the daily targets, we can actually see this is where we need to be in this hour to ensure we hit our daily target. And this is where we need to be at the end of the day. So obviously, because at the moment we're getting close to the end of our day, this is why these ones are close. These guys are doing really well, but poor old rep number 13, as they say, unlucky for some, needs a little bit of encouragement because must have just had a credit go through. So not having a really good day at all. So we show this in terms of daily, and we also show this in terms of a monthly perspective as well. So again, there's our month to date target line where we should be. And all of these guys are over it, hence they're in green, almost there, and these guys are falling short. So again, a nice, easy visual way of looking at it. And things like this, as Terry referred to in his introduction, we have some clients that have this type of information as a dashboard on a wallboard in their office, in their sales office. There's lots of things that we can actually put up as dashboards to sort of help with motivation. So anything like that can be achieved with our product. Up here, if I just hop back to our home page for a second, we have templates. Now, what templates are designed to do is make it really easy. So when Terry first designed Vantage Point, it was very much about having to run reports to get the information. Now it's very much what can we show that's nice and quick and visual. And certainly the feedback we had from our customers is that account managers don't have to like remembering to do lots of different things. So we've tried to make it as easy as possible. So for example, if somebody wanted to run an account review, and for us, an account review will be 8 or 9 different reports all pulled together into one PDF document. And all they have to do is type in the account code. We have auto population, so you can start typing an account code or an address or a postcode, give it a title, presentation, choose the period of time you want to review. You can actually use the calendar, or we have some drill downs for predefined periods of time. Press run template, and off that job runs. So it makes it very, very easy to put together templates. And what tends to happen is we talk to our individual customers and put together the templates that they actually want to be able to see. The final couple of things I just wanted to touch on with you before I hand back over to Terry to close is we have help guides. So the help guides, these question marks will take you into the actual help for this particular area, or you can go to the help guide and you can click on a particular section and it will give you some contextual help about what you're trying to do. Our help guides are actually using, again, your live data, so they are not generic. So if you wanted to know about, setting targets, for example, or looking at the account activity, it would be referring to your data. Then, again, Terry referred to this in his opening session, but we have something called Job Builder, which is basically our reports library, where those 8 or 9 reports are get provided into the review. That's where they live, along with lots and lots and lots of other types of reports. Reports can be saved, so you can have lots of saved jobs, so you don't have to remember what did I report I was wanting to run. They can also be scheduled, so they can come out to yourself via email at a predetermined time. It can be daily, weekly, monthly, whatever time frame you require. You can also create batches. So for example, if you want a selection of reports to go out again in one PDF, but various reports in that batch, you can actually set that up. So really that gives you a very sort of high level overview of Vantage Point, but we would certainly love to be able to set up some individual demonstrations with any of you guys that are interested in finding out more. And we will actually also be looking to offer an introductory discount on our setup and training for anybody who does the first sort of 5 or 6 dealers that want to commit from our session this afternoon.